Hey! Hey! That's my car spot! Oi! My car... Yes, babe, yes. I know. Organic kale. Yes, I know. Almond milk. I'm just trying to park. Not the milk lab one. Yes. I know. I gotta go. Bye. Man, I need a beer.
Boiling it in methylated spirits. Okay.
Boys! Holy shit!
Danny, yes!
Oh, mate, I've been looking for some friends to hang out with all week. I've had a fucking shit of a time.
Got one just here.
It's Putu! It's Putu! Holy shit!
How you going, mate?
Mate, I was just thinking about the old days, the 90s, and Heartbreak High in my youth, and here you are. It's like I've just manifested.
How fortunate is that?
Mate, look, welcome to the Walling Bar.
Cheers.
This is my new hangout.
Your new I know where the beers are.
What
you
are
want
you doing
one?
here? I just heard that some dude from the Fumes was playing tonight, and I just
fat,
thought,
watching this incredibly talented musician.
how random, mate. There's so many shit places in Byron these days. The Walling Bar is the one place you can get fresh stone and wood, live music,
Cheers
and
to
good
that.
Cheers
times.
to that.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers to that.
Steve?
Boom.
Cheers to that.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Crank.
That'll work.
Wow. So, yeah. How you boys doing?
Very good. Nice
Yeah.
to be here on a Friday, Arvo, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's been a strange times. Planet Earth. Waiting for the aliens to arrive.
So
but,
am I. I have been all my life.
Already
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, there you go.
In the meantime, there's enough characters around here to keep us interested, isn't there?
It
Yeah.
certainly is.
Well, there's a couple of aliens in this room, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reptilian shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Now, because I was thinking about Heartbreak High before, and seeing you, like, during this
Why?
lockdown, I've just had all this nostalgia going through my brain. Like,
Everybody always thinks about Heartbreak
it's
High.
nostalgia, right? This last sort of, since March, has been the most nostalgic time of my life in Byron Bay.
I can understand that. Everyone's been thinking about a lot of time to think on your hands, I
Yeah,
suppose.
and I just remembered a time in Byron when there was only one celebrity.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Me.
There was John Cornell and Alira.
There we
Well,
go.
no, there was sort of bigger fish than you.
Oh,
You never saw it.
and Putu.
Right.
And Putu, but Putu was the only one out in the wild, right?
Yeah.
And,
Wild it was.
And you're still out here in the wild.
Thank you,
You're still here, and cheers, mate. Still,
Cheers.
Amazing.
Thanks for
I might
sticking
add.
it
I'm
out.
lucky to be
you know?
alive, I reckon.
I mean-
Been amazing, I might add.
I tried to get, Thor in or Zac Efron. He was busy.
He's in town, I've heard.
Yeah, he's going through all the Insta models in Byron right now.
Is he really?
He's
on him.
powered through 'em.
Someone's got to do it. Fuck, I wish Instagram was around in my day.
You missed out on that, didn't you?
I missed out on that whole
missed
thing.
out on
Facebook,
that.
Instagram. I'm still on it. I still do it, but it never gave me any kudos.
You were doing the
or
models
pussy.
before there was Instagram, so...
Well, I think it takes a lot more skill to pull organically than it does, than with your Tinders and your
true.
online.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
But
You've actually got to have something going for you instead of a six-pack and
I
a
mean, I
fucking
feel like
white tee.
you've cultivated this Putu kind of esque
Putu.
vibe. Well, there you go, Putu-esque vibe. Where does that name come from, by the way? That's my first question.
It's Bali, and I was born in Bali.
There you go. So let's go back to the beginning.
Okay, sure.
You're born in Bali.
Born in Bali, 1976, New Year's Eve.
See, already.
In the,
Time to be
in,
alive.
in the back of a BMO. Yeah, 1976. I just got the last 7 hours of it, but I imagine it was pretty
auspicious.
sick.
I feel like your whole life has had so many auspicious moments.
It
And that
has
is
had
the
a
first
few.
one.
It has
Born
had a
in
few.
Bali on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, in the back of a BMO, so the story goes. Yeah.
Transport?
Well, a BMO
Transport?
is a BMO is a three-wheeled car. It's like a tuk-tuk. They don't exist anymore for all of you. What are they called? What do they call the newest generation? We were Gen Xers.
Gen Z?
What did you call them?
Millennials.
Millennials. So all the millennials are tuk-tuk. Or,
Yeah, I can't quite remember what millennial was. I thought it was like born in 2000, but maybe it was grew up in 2000.
What are we? Are we X?
we're X. We're all
X.
X. We're all X.
We're just
Which,
slipped through the
which
cracks.
not only does it sound cool, but it looks cool.
It's got its own
Sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of people that have the kind of same sort of questions in my mind, and I know we're just at a bar catching up, and it seems a bit strange to be like a "this is your life" kind of thing.
Sure.
But this is your
Fun
life.
fact. No, I won't. My great uncle bought the rights to This Is Your Life to Australia. So
Damien Lovelock.
Damien Lovelock's dad, Bill Lovelock.
Another auspicious
That's a fun
coincidence.
fact.
Isn't it a fun
Yeah,
fact?
that's
a fun fact.
I've actually got heaps of like the old This Is Your Life memorabilia shit at not at my house, but in a place.
And you're
where
still
I keep
waiting
my
for the
things.
call up for the
Yeah,
official.
fuck yeah, I am.
Well, this is the audition.
This is
Yeah, fully.
this is the run through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The read through.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Putu, this is Putu.
There you go. I've waited till
been
now
calling-
to correct you
Yeah,
on that.
it's been a long time.
I was waiting for
It's
it.
been 20 years you've been doing that, and I thought I'd pull him out.
pull me
We'll
up
be on
it.
television
but
one day together.
it's in my brain now. Yeah, I'll get it wrong. It's like learning French again for the first time, which I never learned. at
Learning
all.
anything.
So, how did you end up on Heartbreak High as Dennis?
Fuck, man, that's a funny story. I was living up here. I had dreadlocks. I stunk as shit. I was a raver. I went to dance parties, a duffer. In Sydney, they were called duffers. Up here, they were in Sydney, they were called ravers. Up here, they were duffers. I had dreadlocks. I didn't look well. Anyway, I went down to Sydney for a meeting with my mum, hang out with my mum, and I just by chance went along to an audition with her. She auditioned for a part. She got
Your
her
mum
part.
auditioned?
My mum did. My mum's an actress as well, or was an actress. To mum. Yeah,
Rest in
thank you.
peace, Mama Bear. Looking over you proudly.
Yeah. Anyway, so she went for an audition and I went for an audition with her just by chance. I wasn't meant to be auditioning on the day.
It was just like bring your
Rest is history.
bring your son to audition day.
Something like that. Bring your son to school or like bring your parents
So-
to school.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
growing up with a mother as an actress, that must have rubbed off on you growing up.
It did, yeah, very much so.
So
Being
you're not
broke all the
traditionally.
time and I mean, like,
Yeah.
they don't make much money when they're not working, man.
Was she
so
like, do not what as I do, as I say, that kind of thing?
do as I didn't hear what you said.
Like, what is it? Like, she was
as
your
I
role
say, not
model.
as I do.
Do as I say. Not. Did she push you into acting, or you
yeah,
just?
that's what it means.
Yeah.
She didn't push me into acting at all. No, she wouldn't have. If she loved acting, and it was her absolute dream and her passion and all of that sort of stuff. But she knew that it was a hard life when you weren't getting work. But for the first couple of years, I was getting work. So she was beaming with pride, and then the move to Byron came, and the wheels kind of fell off that, if you like, of my career in
So
the
you
acting
you
world.
left Heartbreak High?
I left Heartbreak High. Oh,
Was that a
Heartbreak High,
mutual
the
thing,
day
or
I
you-
became principal.
They wrote Dennis
Yeah,
out.
no, I never got written out. The day I became principal character, Ben Gannon, the producer of the show, walked onto set and said, "Right, that's enough. We're canning the show, and that's the end of it."
Right.
The BBC stopped paying today. The day you have become the most important. So that was a hell of a hit.
But so just those 2 years, those heydays on Heartbreak High,
Yeah.
like what was it really like? What everybody would expect it to be like as a
I
TV
don't know.
star?
What did you expect it to be like? Yeah, it was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like
My girlfriend might be
the
watching.
adulation, you know, with the groupies.
You should have had a spin-off though. Like, should have been.
Dennis does
Dennis
this.
the Menace. Well, you've been Dennis the Menace in Byron
That's
since
the last
then.
thing
so-
you would have wanted to have seen. But thank you for that.
I would
Thank
have
you for
watched
that.
it.
The first thing I did when I left Heartbreak was actually move in with Steve. About 3
Yeah,
or
we
4.
should have had cameras on us then, huh?
Yeah, fucking hell.
Speaking of your mother, I'm pretty sure she caught me watching a porno one night. I didn't know she was there.
Yeah,
And
she
the
was
rest
watching you
that
for a
goes
while,
with the
was
porno.
she?
She wasn't
she's
in it,
caught
was
me.
she? Because she was. I know actresses.
When you speak of your mum,
Actresses take these sort of
I
roles,
remember that.
you know.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she got me, eh?
She probably did. Where was that? At the Newport house?
Subject B.
Subject B. Right. We lived in a house in Newport together that was called 17A Ocean Street. Not to put any hate mail there to 17A Ocean Street in Newport, but anyway, there was a 17B, and the guy in it was a really sketchy looking old dude, and he fucking hated us, so we called
I
him
can
Subject.
Oh,
we
he hated
were
us for
horrible to him.
good damn
We called him
reason.
Subject B, and he copped a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But that was straight after.
So did you leave? Did you guys both leave Sydney because of you'd burnt your bridges in Sydney and you thought Byron was some fresh pastures to sort of?
Big fish, little pond.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you thought like I can be a big fish in a small pond in Byron.
I could be. Well, that's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
Little fish, big pond, Sydney. Big fish, little pond.
Pioneered your way up here.
It's
a very small one.
aquarium.
Easy roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings us up to Byron. What year did you move to Byron from
I
Sydney?
was living in Byron when I did the audition of Heartbreak.
Right, yep.
In the building where Targa is now, there was a 2-story Queenslander there. I don't know if you remember it. You guys might remember
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right? And
I grew
that
up
was
across the road.
Oh, did you? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yes, I remember
You were
that
my
house
fucking
as well.
neighbour.
I remember that house.
Right, well, remember it had TPs and Bedford cars and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
There was something like, I'm not bullshitting, there was something like 31 people living in that house, right, all paying rent, and the rent was only $150 a week or something.
Between 31 people.
And no one
All
ever
the
paid
rock and
anything.
roll.
It was like no one fucking paid anything.
The good old days.
Yeah, they were great.
The good old days of the rock and roll where there was no work for the doll.
got
It was
raided
literally
once
just
a week.
put a form in once a week and
Yeah.
that was it. You're just
No, once a fortnight.
once a fortnight.
Yeah,
And you can live off that easy back
Remember
then.
when
can't
they
you?
built the Centrelink and everybody was up in arms about it because it cost so much, and the big Centrelink that's not even there anymore. So that's
there
that's the
anymore.
way of this town.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how fucked this town is. It doesn't even have a Centrelink in it.
Well,
Oh fuck.
yeah, I think it was a disincentive. Move Centrelink out of Byron, and then maybe that'll encourage people to not go
To go
there
to
so
Brunswick.
much. Yeah, and then everyone just moved to Brunswick.
It gets people
Everyone just
buying
followed
coffee.
Centrelink to Brunswick.
It's a constantly evolving beast.
Yeah.
It's
The
a
Centrelink
constantly
beast.
evolving. Look,
This is a
town-
really good beer.
It's
Mate,
great.
This is
down
our
with it.
Byron Bay favourite, and this
Coast.
is all about celebrating all great things about Byron Bay. Byron Bay's iconic cultural characters. Mick, one of Byron's finest thespians, who's part of September Takeover, coming up in September in Bangalore.
September, first 2 weekends of September.
Yeah, alive.
Sold out.
Oh, is it?
Since yesterday, sold out.
Since you did the show.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can
It's
you
great.
can you get me a ticket though, or
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
can I just hide in the bushes?
Yes. Well,
How does that work? It's like a live show in Bangalore, but can you just sort of no?
well you
What's to
can.
stop people from doing that?
Well, I mean, if you're going to hide in the bushes, you're not
Wanking.
really going to edging.
You're not.
Oh yeah.
You're not supporting. On the edge.
This whole show was about
on the
edging
edge.
last week.
There may
Last
be.
week was
It's
about
sold out,
edging.
but there might be. Which camera am I looking at? There might be extra shows getting put on
Okay.
to satiate the masses.
I feel like now's a good time. We've got up to the part of This Is Your Life where Putu's gone from Heartbreak High to Byron. A lot of other shit's happened between now and then that we're going to talk about, if that's all right.
Yeah, cool.
Because I feel like this is a really beautiful time to reflect on your colourful history.
We've only got 20 minutes left, so let's do it.
It's
Let's get Steve to play a song.
that's what I was going to say.
Yes.
Because
Can I do the segue?
You can.
Here's Steve Merry with the song.
What do you
Steve
want
from
to
the
hear?
Fumes. Whatever you want to play, mate.
Cheers, boys.
Like a stone that's another dream man's hand. Well, she bears a dream that's her morning plans. All the dreams she writes in on the Sunday tree. There's nothing about the city lights and you. Well, nice girls like her remember dreaming finer things. Yeah, the kind of wear that don't bring you down. Oh, elevator to the rooftop and she comes dancing. The boys are running with their cannons are blazing. Nice girls like her remember dream of finer things. Yeah, to find you where they don't bring you down. Oh, elevator to the rooftop and she comes dancing. Boys are running with their cannons are blazing. Keep on running, Cinderella, don't you fade away. Keep on running, Cinderella, and the dreams you stay. High city lights keeps you shining on. Well, she's a burning crystal and a fading diamond. Yeah. too deep. Sanford is a memory and loving is a dream. And our cigarettes are shining on the streets. My nuts is running against my bones again tonight. Well, can you remember what she tasted like? She's on the bones now that only clank away. And I see her in hell, I'm in the lights today. Hey, na 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 na
Walling Bar is cranking.
Wonderful.
I have missed live music.
I know, right?
Can't believe the
I
Walling
miss
Bar
live music.
has
Elixir.
Steve Merry
Live
from the
music.
Fumes live tonight.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Steve,
Bang,
mate,
bang.
you are.
Yeah.
Now,
Now you
Steve,
can go and have a wee.
can we have a quick chat to you, Steve? Because
Sure, yeah,
you know the Fumes, you guys what do you call it? Supported Quatsa, Queens of the Stone Age, and did heaps of stuff back in the day. And
Yep, so they tell me, yep.
and then you've just been on a bit of a hiatus. Got a greenhouse and raising a family and stuff. So
Yeah, like my family started a while back now. I got a 13-year-old daughter.
you weren't practicing edging, I guess, at the time.
No edging going on. No, yeah. I mean, depended where I was, I suppose, but
Or who you're
yeah,
in.
no edging.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the heyday of the Fumes. What was it like, sort of,
It was
Doing
pretty
that?
fucking flat out.
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it was fucking rad, mate. Like
Can you remember it
you
all?
remember Batsy?
I remember that.
I remember everything, mate.
Yeah, good. I can't remember a lot of things, that's all.
Yeah, I got this knack for I got this good memory. Somehow.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, I don't know how.
That blows me away.
You're lucky and you're rare.
What's a highlight of your memories right now? What's coming to mind?
Look, I guess one of the better stories to tell. Like, so the second album we did, for some reason, I didn't even have to talk him into it, but the rest of the mob, like my drummer and our manager, went, "Oh, you got to go," because we recorded that second album. It's called Sundance. We recorded that with a guy called Jim Diamond in Detroit. He came out here. We did 2 weeks. I can't remember the studio, somewhere in Newtown. And then they're like, "Oh, you got to go over and help him mix it," and I'm like, "Sweet." So
Yep.
it was around the same time that your mum passed, eh?
Yeah, right. No, I remember it wasn't much. I
It was
remember
like the
when
day-
Sundance came out,
Yeah.
it was fully just sort of right around the same day.
Yeah,
mate.
I remember actually the day before I left, I heard about the shit that went on anyways.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what was that, 2008?
Because I took that over to Sweden with me, a couple of copies of that CD, and
Yep.
spruiking it over there and talking you up and shit. I remember that it had just come out.
That was
I left for
around
Sweden
then,
not
yeah.
long after Mum's funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so I was in Detroit, Jim Diamond. So downtown Detroit, his studio was like a warehouse, big warehouse joint, backed onto the, what's it called? One of those big theatres anyways. And but he's like, I was there for like 2 weeks basically doing nothing but drinking and going, yeah, that sounds good.
Like a legend.
Turn the reverb up a bit. That's my mixing expertise.
Make it sound shit.
But he's like, "Oh, you're from Australia. You'd know Rodriguez." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, fuck, you want to meet him? He lives down the road." And so I'm like, "You what? I want to what?"
Yeah.
And so yeah, like he organised because old mate Rodriguez lives in obviously Detroit, and so we
Is that where
met.
he's from?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much.
Was
where
this before he
hails from.
became a global superstar, or when he
Oh,
was
it's
just
probably
big in-
around the same time.
Rodriguez was put out that album and then slipped into obscurity.
Yeah, he
disappeared off
yeah.
the map, and then
Well, it was
somebody.
huge in South Africa,
That's
right?
what, the dudes in the gangs or something were playing it there, and that's how it sort of got.
No, I
featured
think
in
what
it.
happened is that
The cold fact.
he put those albums out, and they were on whatever label they were on in the US, and the US just dropped them because someone else was
Right.
going on,
Right.
and so, but someone picked it up in South Africa and Australia, and he became a legend through the 70s
Through
in
us.
Australia.
Yeah.
In Australia and South Africa,
Right.
yeah, that's why we know who he is.
Right.
But he's just like some mythical creature, you know.
In the States.
In the States, and he basically, like, those albums dropped out, and I think he went, oh well, fuck that, you know, forget music. He went and studied philosophy,
Right.
got a degree in philosophy, and then got drunk.
Right. So
after
you
that.
got along with him really well.
Yeah. Well,
Because
that's
you
what
like
we
to
did.
philosophise.
I met him at the so yeah, me and Jim went, and he's like, and I'm just tripping out, going, it's like, fucking, I'm about to go and meet Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And
He's
we go
gonna
to the
kill me.
Detroit brewery in the middle of winter in Detroit. There's fucking homeless people everywhere. The place is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And like the scariest place I think I've ever been in my life. And then went and he walks with his black hat and his black sunnies, and we ate pizza and drank beer and went out the back with the owner and into
I've
the
heard a
brewery
different
and
story. I
smoked a
thought you
joint.
didn't know who he was and you met him in a bar, and anyway, that's not what happened, so it doesn't
Ah,
matter.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better actually. I'm gonna run with that next time.
I'm pretty sure you told me that as
And
well.
I'm sure there's out there that somebody's got a story about meeting Steve Merry from the Fumes and what that was like.
Yeah,
Because,
there'd be a few stories of that for sure.
yeah. Well, it's good to have you here at the Walling Bar, and we're
Good
going to
to
get
be here, mate.
another song out of you in a sec. But we'll just keep catching up with Putu, because now I'm like really self-conscious about saying your name wrong. Because it's only 4
You
letters.
actually say it correctly.
Putu.
It's my, you know, there you go, fuck
Putu.
it. Yeah, Putu. Just spit it out really quick.
Spit it out.
Yeah, no, it's me that twists it. That's how the Indos say it, Putu.
Yeah, what does it
Don't
mean?
tell
Has it
anyone
got
that.
any like...
It means firstborn.
Firstborn.
In Balinese. It's a Balinese name. Did you
never-
not know that?
Well, I've been to Bali countless of times, and
And
I've
you've
never met any
Putu?
Putus.
You got Putu, then you got Made.
There's more Putus than there is...
Second born Made, or
I think so.
yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
There's more
Putu,
Putus in the world than
firstborn
there is
is
mix or
right,
daddies.
and then yeah.
So,
Made.
speaking of tropical locations, we should have a little talk about the time when you went on a holiday, like some sort of package
segue.
tour to Papua New Guinea.
It wasn't a package tour, no.
Well, there were packages involved.
Nice segue.
Yeah, there was packages involved. I got on a boat.
And this is an Australian talk show, and there's nothing we love more in Australia than a little bit of true crime. So,
Yes. True.
hanging at a bar talking true crime with Putu,
Thank
Byron's
you.
original celebrity, here on
Me,
the Knockoff
Delvine,
with
and
Danny
Strop.
and Mick and Steve.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the story goes, I flew to Papua New Guinea. Obviously, we've got time restrictions because this story goes for 6 weeks, basically.
Short version.
Short version, I was on a boat. There was pot on the boat. There was a kilo of pot on the boat. Fuck knows I don't smoke dope. I don't know why the guys had it on the boat. I know why they had it because they wanted to smoke it, but what they were doing sailing through the South Pacific with a kilo of pot, I'll never know.
Quick story.
Your Honour. Anyway, we got arrested. We spent 6 months in a jail over there. I'm lucky to be alive. The people over there are beautiful people, but like anywhere, there's dickheads in the world. You know, like anywhere.
Yes,
Even
yes,
here.
yes,
You know.
yes.
Um,
Not here.
Not right here, but I'm saying here. This room is full of nothing but love. So there was some gnarly people over there. If there wasn't even better people even more beautiful people than there was gnarly people, then I'd be dead
So
in
6
Papua New
months
Guinea.
seems quite lucky.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Was there some point where it could have been like, you know, if this had happened in Malaysia or somewhere like that, you're looking
They've
at
got no money.
a death sentence.
But, yeah, for sure. For sure.
You would
We
have
were
been
getting 10
shot.
years for sure. For this pot, right? That wasn't mine, Your Honour.
But you were in the wrong place at the wrong
The wrong
time.
time. I was with the wrong people.
I feel like
at
this
the
has
wrong
happened
time.
to you a bit in your life.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know.
I've had a lot of right place, right time
Yeah,
as well.
you've had a lot of everything.
Right, so
had a
you
lot
get
of
that-
everything.
Yeah, I have.
The full gamut.
I think that outweighs the bad. The good outweighs the bad
Absolutely.
for me. There's been a lot
Absolutely.
of shitty things happen to me, but there's been a lot of shitty things happen to you, and we're all here.
It's
We're all
about
laughing.
it's about focusing on the times when it is the right place at the right time. And,
That's right.
You know, gratitude, baby.
Gratitude. Show
Can I
your
get a cheers
appreciation
there,
and-
boys? For
Yeah,
gratitude. Boom.
I don't know. Would you say that? How did that experience? Like, how did that
Affect
sort of?
my
how
life?
Did that didn't really slow you down, did it?
It didn't. No. Well, at the time, my mum had just died, and my dad was dying. So it was pretty tumultuous times for me, and I was there with some really good friends. So it tested friendships, and it learnt me to appreciate things and people that were probably what's really important, who's got your back, look after those that look after you, kind of thing. Which was never my ethos growing up, or you know, as you become a man, I was kind of like give. But over there, you kind of get a little bit, when something like that happens to you, you get a little bit more cutthroat and start looking after number one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I feel like your perspective on Byron is quite a unique perspective, because you're the sort of person who's very affable and you get along with everyone.
Right.
But you've also always had this sort of little aura about you of having that celebrity thing.
Right.
So you're kind of inside and outside at the same time.
Right.
So how have you seen the sort of vibe of Byron change from the way that you interact with it?
I've been here, I lived right in the middle of town, well, on Skinner's Shoot, which is pretty close to the middle of town, for the last 10 years, right? And when you're in the middle of somewhere and things are changing, you don't notice it as much. But for the last 3 years, I've lived in Bondi, the Gold Coast, Wilson's Creek, and now Bali. And when you're away from somewhere and you come back and you realise, that's when you go, fuck, this place is doggers, you know what I mean? And the place, of course, itself will always be the most beautiful place on earth. And the people that move here now are finding the magic in it that we all had growing up here. And not that I grew up here, but, you know, you guys grew up here. But when I came here when I was 18, you sort of, wow, this place is so fucking magic. And, you know, now...
I think anybody that comes here for the first time just...
They still get that vibe.
Experiences that magic.
They still
Like,
walk along
do.
Belongio
Like,
Beach
even
at
though
sunset going,
it's-
my God, I've wanted all my life to be here all my life.
It's
and
the
now I'm
energy,
here
it's the energy
finally.
of the joint. It's
So
the energy of the joint.
the B triangle, Bondi, Byron, Bali, you
Yeah.
sort of pioneered that. You kind of like...
I'm one of the pioneers,
like
mate.
s-
I was
got your
born in
machete
Bali,
out.
He's an OG.
grew up in Bondi, and
So all of these
a
Instagram
BBB
celebrities
OG.
that go between Byron, Bondi, Bali, they're all just
You're
sort of
my
following the
bitches.
Putu.
He's a
Every
BBB,
single one of them.
BBB
You guys
OG,
are
and
following
we're
this
just his
guy's
bitches.
path, and,
yeah.
and look at him now. He's full of positive energy here.
This is, can I plug the salty shirts?
Yeah.
Salty shirts, salty clothing. Good on you, Brent. Thank you for
We're
that.
here to plug all good things, Byron, because Byron, we want to like represent the
This is a locally
grassroots
owned
Byron.
brand by a mate of mine, a guy that I've known for a long time, but I've just been working with him over the last couple of days. He's a fucking legend and he makes some great shit. So if you can get
love
behind it, salty clothing, boom, boom. I don't think he really hates Byron Bay or surfing.
Oh, but it's ironic,
The
right?
duality of man.
That's
Nick.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, as Alanis Morissette would say. Isn't it ironic?
Yeah.
Don't you think? It's like rain
She
on
would,
your wedding day.
You know, none of those things are ironic. in
No,
this
that's
song,
true,
right?
isn't
That's
it?
the thing.
That's
They're
the
not-
irony.
It's just bad luck.
10,000 spoons and all you
That's
need is a
the-
knife. It's like...
Bad luck.
It's bad luck.
Boom!
She should
If I
be-
had a
yeah,
mic, I'd
hit
drop
you,
it,
yeah.
dude.
Because you can always count on a songwriter to understand language. Because you obviously you've made language part of your art form.
Yeah. So,
Have you got any
in a way.
favorite turns of phrases or like
Oh, you hit me.
colloquialisms?
Oh, geez, I can't find my knees.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
I might put that on a
Where
shirt.
does that come from?
Same. That's on the next shirt. Yeah,
Bob-
Brent,
yeah,
if
it's
you're
Bob
watching,
Dylan.
oh
It's
geez, I
Bob
can't
Dylan.
find
Can't find my
knees.
knees.
Okay, so before we cut to another song, where are we up to now? You've got out of you're in jail for 6 months. You made some great friends.
weeks.
6
6
weeks.
weeks. You
Yeah.
made some great friends over there. You survived.
Yep.
Came
I'm on
back
my
to
way home.
Byron,
You're back. You're coming back home.
and you're
Coming back
thinking
home.
about getting an agent and restarting your acting career
Why
again.
not? We can go with that.
Yeah, do something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So when we come back, Putty's going to talk about
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Resurrection Part 4.
The resurrection.
Resurrection.
Part 3. Straight. And here's
there's
Steve
a
Berry
lockdown.
with another tune from his upcoming album.
You're on the Friday Knockoff with
Where are my
Danny, Nick,
knees?
and Putu, and
Where are
Steve
my
Berry
knees?
from the Fumes.
Wherearmyknees.com.
Jeez, where are my knees? Yeah. I wish you could hear him. That sounds a little
can see. Road river woman with a torn of fire, and me down with my arms are tied. So much I don't know, my friend. I gotta get out before you reach that end. You reach the lonely end, yeah. Well, I got no one to blame. I done it my stupid self. I left to head into them along upon my lonely shelf. The bells will ring, the guns will fire, dragging me down from my arms are tied. This my way, come on, take it away. The lonely day. Well, I got no one to blame. I done it my stupid self. I left to head into them along upon my lonely shelf. The bells will ring, the guns will fire, dragging me down from my arms are tied. So much, come on, take it away. Hey. Well, I got me the woman, she ringing my bell like a fire goes straight from hell. Don't matter much, cause the truth it seems, can't touch a woman cause my hands are unclean. My hands are lonely clean, yeah.
Big Mary from the Fumes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of you.
We
know,
are
like,
not worthy.
Now you kind of understand like the strange awkwardness of this whole situation of when you kind of watch any other talk show and there's like a live music act and then there's us and like what do you do? It's like, you know when you see them and they're cutaways and they're like,
Yeah.
but it's like there's this really dorky like Channel 10 like,
I love an awkward cutaway.
yeah, but it's like how do you look natural?
The wonderfulness of live
Yeah.
television.
Yeah, you know, how do you look natural when like listening to music and like?
It's really great that you can see yourself just there as well. So
No shit, Sherlock. I'm loving it.
telling you, the Walling Bar is the place to be on a Friday, 5 o'clock.
the Walling Bar is the
It
place
is.
to be.
And in
Roll on
fact,
down to the Walling Bar.
Is that the name of the show?
no, this is so okay. So if
Friday
people
night.
tuned in, they can stick
No,
around.
no, it's the Friday knockoff.
Friday night.
This is the Friday knockoff.
Edgy.
Come on,
Friday
guys,
not
keep it
knockoff.
clean. If people are watching, after this we've got DJ Bango who's doing a live stream with Bay FM from 6 till 8,
Excellent.
and then Into the Unknown will be coming up after that from 8 to 10 with some more great guests. So yeah.
They all shooting from the Walling Bar?
FYI, write down the name
Is
of
this
guests.
all shooting from the
Yeah,
Walling Bar?
well, it's we have to wait and see.
Right, oh, okay.
Byron Bay Live is full of pop-up mysteries.
Okay.
But we're here to kind of rep Byron Bay, rep how much we love or hate surfing in Byron Bay and cold beer and music and this is keeping the dream alive for the local artists and local people.
Now is the time to just appreciate and realise just how very blessed we are. Just to even have a roof over our heads, hot water in the shower, food in our bellies, clothes on our back.
That's pretty standard, but yeah.
That's standard. But no, of course it is. Of course it is. But then everything that comes on top of that, like the fact that we're here in this time. In
We're
our lives,
lucky to be here.
We are very, very lucky.
Freedom
That's what I
of
was getting to.
speech. Freedom of speech as well.
Speedy Stacey.
Freedom of speech.
What'd you call me?
This is what we're doing
Speedy
right,
Stacey.
right here. We're here with Putu Winchester, who is Byron's original child star.
There we go.
Luckily, you weren't a child star because that would have been even worse
was close
than
to
being
it.
Yeah. Because can you imagine
wish I was.
having your formative years?
Yeah, go with Child Star.
I wish I was.
1920s,
Do
still
you think,
a kid,
in
mate.
a way, it fucked you up being on Heartbreak
Fucked me
Night?
right up, mate.
How would
It
you?
gave me a warped vision
Not
of
what happens
reality.
to you, it's what you do with it.
It's what happened after work that fucked me up. No, look,
So does it give you a false sense
it does
of
give
what
you a
you
false
can?
sense of reality for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Being really wealthy and your reality doesn't when it goes. And you have to start paying for drinks and lining up to get into clubs and stuff like that. That's when it really kicks home. Right? What the fuck's going on here?
I wouldn't know how to.
Yeah, you have.
So that brings us
I
to,
still have never done that, but I'm sure it happens to someone.
Brings us to part 4 of the Wollongbar catch-up here. So, resurrection. So, I mean, how high would you have liked to have gone in?
I thought you were going
this?
to talk about Shane. No, oh, sorry, no, someone else.
Hero? Well, Hero is another story
That's
for
another
another
story.
day.
We can do that another day.
Yeah.
Another day.
Yeah.
We would love to have Shane Herring on the show. There are a few issues.
Let's talk about your resurrection.
No, watch the mic, mate.
I did watch the mic.
I know he guesses the bus. You could probably get the bus up here.
Hero from Broadwater.
Yeah.
I'll go and pick him up.
Or you get the bus.
There you can get the fucking bus, fuck him.
So
He's probably watching. Shane, I'll come and get you, mate.
yeah, I think as far as resurrections go, Shane's kind of like
Let's
a
talk about
10
mine.
out of 10 on the difficulty level.
Yeah.
Maybe you're about a 5 out of 10.
I thought I was turning it up, Terry. Thank you, mate. We're forever
Yeah,
friends.
I feel like
Redemption
redemption is possible.
Yeah.
Redemption is always possible.
On the topic of Shane Herring, he lives across the road from me, basically, in the van park. And there's probably about 3 or 4 times that I've seen him where I think I was about to leave the house and I've seen him and he's got like a 9-foot board and his towel over his shoulder and he's a good 40 minutes walk,
to the
half
beach.
an hour walk to the beach. He's on the strut
And he's
doing
gone.
it. And I'm going, there's Shane, I'll give him a ride because we're leaving right now.
Yeah.
And then walked down around the house, got in the car and driven off, and he's gone, man.
Where is he? For
The
those,
enigma.
for those that aren't in the surf
Like
scene, Shane
nowhere.
Herring was the great white hope of Australian surfing. 1992, he beat Kelly
Doesn't
Slater in
matter
the
that he's
Coke
white,
Classic.
but anyway.
I wouldn't
Well,
put
yeah, I mean,
that
well, that's
way.
just a turn of phrase.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a bit of a Michael Peterson type story of someone who had so many.
He's the Michael
demons.
Peterson of our generation.
He's
for
obviously
sure.
got legs.
That's
He's obviously
DY
got.
for you.
He's still around though. He's still around, and And so anyway, Putu's
Sending
involved
out
in
nothing
helping
but love
bring
to you,
his
Shane, wherever you are.
surfboard, the Shane 13. So much
Herring
going
13.
on, Henry. There's so much going on. I think Putu's been such an axis of creativity in this area, like a moth to the flames. You're like the flame, and there's moths attracted
Yep.
to you. And I still feel like we're mates, but I always have this little thing about you because you have
mates,
that
for
vibe.
sure.
There's a
I think it's
vibe.
called awe.
Awe. There's an aura
It's a bit
of
of
awe.
awe.
So yeah, did you miss the spotlight and did you try to get back into it and what happened?
I've been in and out of it all my life, basically, man. So
Yeah.
I did miss it. You do miss it. And then when you get it back again, you're like, oh, fuck, this is horrible again.
Well, Andy Jans Brown's.
Don't ya?
What about Andy Jans Brown's Hell is Light
Thank
movie?
you. I got an award for
You
that.
won an award
You
for
did.
that.
I won.
You did.
I won 2
Big
awards.
reps to Andy Jans Brown. He
Andy-
won shitloads of
I
awards
think
for
it's
that
Andy
movie.
Gance Brown.
And it was
Our
because
show,
the two of
radio
us on our
show,
show. We're
you
like,
got me onto it.
we've got the right guy for you. Like,
I
there
got
you
2
go.
awards for that, and I got one of them was awarded to me by Blake Lively and George Clooney, were the 2 patrons of the.
Excellent.
of
Only
the-
one's a pedophile.
Yeah.
I didn't just say that live, did I? Okay.
Shout out to Giselle.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway.
And we were back at me getting an award.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, got an award.
You got an award?
Yeah.
It's like on your fridge, got like a golden
I didn't get
star.
the fucking award. I just got a notice, an
honourable
email
mention. Honourable mention.
saying, "Hey, you won the award." I didn't even
saw
know
that.
that the
I
film
saw
was
that.
in a fucking
So
film.
yeah,
competition.
Hell is
Good
Light,
on
brilliant,
you.
brilliant. And
Hell
can
is
you,
Light.
Hell is Light.
Can you
Amazing.
believe the budget was like $15,000 for a feature film, and Andy Jans Brown
Pulled it off.
pulled it off?
Yeah.
it's a
He
good
just-
movie too. Have you seen it?
Guerrilla movie.
yeah,
take-
seen it? It's a good movie.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah,
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
You have.
It's like I haven't watched the time. I was
That's
on
a
Instant
typical
Knockoff, like,
holier than thou
never
art
seen
thing,
anything
isn't it?
I've done.
don't
I watched the
anything,
commercial I was in
I can't
once.
watch. I only don't get a bed for $10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, but we got one more song from Steve in a second. But Resurrection, we've got 4 minutes of Resurrection. What do you want to? What? Because you're a father now, so that's obviously takes up a bit of your time looking after.
father.
Well,
Ryder.
my son's
while.
17, so
yeah.
Yeah.
the day.
But you've only been a father for how many
Staying
years?
relevant. Staying relevant is staying relevant in my son's life is a big issue, especially now when as they pull away, you do everything you can to stay on the scene.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Doing that, working away, mate. Living in Bali. Happy as
You're
fucking
living in
Larry.
Bali right now?
And it's my girlfriend's birthday today. Mwah.
Skylar Bartle.
Skylar, I love you.
Skylar.
Happy birthday, baby.
Where's she trapped in?
In Arizona, in
Right.
Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a tough time, isn't it,
look,
for
yeah,
long distance relationships?
It is.
What are you saying?
Isn't that by the time I get to Arizona?
Oh, right.
Beastie Boys song?
Yeah,
You could probably play that.
Happy
right,
birthday,
you can play that.
Skylar.
Happy birthday, Skylar.
Happy birthday. You can play Happy Birthday too if you want.
Happy birthday,
you
Joel.
sing
If you've tamed this beast, you deserve a very, very happy
Anyway,
birthday.
Anyway, I'm trying to give you a plug in case anybody's watching from the industry, you know, like Putu's here, he's back on television,
Today.
Byron Bay local television.
Yep. And I'm very happy to be here, Dan. Thank you very much for having me.
Welling Bar. Yeah, well,
I can't wait to come back.
I just bumped into you here in the Welling Bar. I was
That's
here for a
right.
beer Friday afternoon, come down here every Friday
What
at
are the
5, that's what I
chances?
do.
I would have thought it.
Cold Stone and Wood and catch up with whoever happens to be here and whatever.
Cold.
You know, it's tough times for the local musos, like performing in front of 3 washed up dudes in a bar, but
Speak for yourself.
take what you can.
Joel face.
Consider me washed up as well, man. It's all good.
I'm hitting my prime.
Happy to be here.
Keeping my legs.
I'm up for an acting job if anyone wants to.
And I can sing. Just
I might be
really
filming
nice.
some porn this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Edging.
Edging.
For those that don't know, edging is the practice
Edging.
of taking yourself to climax and not
You
getting
didn't
it
know
done.
this.
last
You didn't know
week's
this
show.
2 hours
Yeah,
ago.
that was
You didn't
last
know what
week's
it
show.
is.
But so there might be
Shout
people
outs
out
to
there.
Ruckus from Woke Blokes for teaching us
There might be
edging.
people out there that don't know
Edge,
that. so-
dudes, edge. Just
And it's okay for
your
blokes
chi.
to talk about stuff,
Edging.
right?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Men should talk about whatever it
Whatever.
is. Just talk.
We're not
Talk.
limited to
Let it out.
sport and chicks.
No,
we can talk about
that is
whatever
so,
we want.
That's so old and done. Like, men need to actually
Like-
own their emotional
We're
gravity.
of that
and
age
just
when we
do
have
it.
realised that there is more to
It
it.
makes you a better man. If
Steve
you,
is one of the blokiest guys I've ever seen. You talk about deep stuff with your
that's
missus.
right.
What do you guys have some deep chats? You and
With my missus?
yeah.
Mate, there's no fences, there's no guards, there's no nothing. I mean, what are you going to do?
And if you ever have
What's
a
the
falling
point?
out, you just write her a song.
Write a song?
You can write a song. You can get out of any argument. You just write a song, and that's all you need to do.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Talk, dudes.
It's like a
Talk.
spell. I cast a spell on
Just
you.
casting the spell, yeah.
A wizard.
Like a wizard.
All right, we got 5 minutes. We got time for one more song from Steve Merry from the Fumes.
I gotta
Steve
look.
Merry from the Fumes with his last song for the day, coming to you live from the
Thanks for
Walling Bar.
tuning in.
Put him on,
Another
like,
show
notice
coming up
mode.
next week. Into the Unknown at 8 o'clock and DJ Bango right after this. Keep it locked on Byron Bay Live. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Is there anything? Yeah. Cheers.
So this is a true story. I wrote in 1879,
Yep.
working with Captain Nemo. You probably know this one, Putu.
Home to the gallows, boys, it's time to saddle up. Over on the dock side, the time is nigh. Your latest tears will flow, but we must go riding out on Neptune's floor. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out, yeah. Well, what can come upon my mind from 14 weeks at sea? Whoa, for the land, where could that be? But I take my stride and drink my rum, bring you home this sailor scum. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out, yeah. Well, I hate that bastard sea, yeah. Well, I sing my melody. Where the wind be on the high, Lord, take me now. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out, yeah. Where the wind beyond the howl, Lord, take me now. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing around here. We were taking water and the bow is broken, the fucking ship won't float. Oh, hearted land, I surely hope. But I send to you my love, my dear, and send it out on a boat so clear. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out here. Well, I hate that bastard sea, yeah. Well, sing my melody. Where the wind be on the howl, Lord, take me now. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out, yeah. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out. Oh, Mr. Bell, I sing you out. Oh, 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 oh.
And that's a wrap.
No.
That's awesome.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.